Hi, my name is Sian and today I'm going to be doing a video of the books that I have started but not finished yet. I believe I saw Little Book Owl do this video like 6 months ago, and I realized that I start books and then don't finish them sometimes, so I made a list on my phone. And I'm finally getting around to filming it. So I have baby. So I have 10 books and then a bonus book. So baby. I have 10 books. You're not even talking, you're just screaming at me. Oh, now my camera battery's flashing. Awesome. Okay, so I have 10 books and one bonus book because I finished reading it this week actually. So I'll start with the bonus book, which is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm so glad to have finally finished this because it was quite embarrassing that I had started it and not finished it. I believe I started this in 2019, which that's when it was published, right? I was listening to the audiobook on a drive to Melbourne from where I live, which all up ends up taking like 12 hours. So I figured it would be the perfect time to listen to some audiobooks, but I listened to like 4 hours of it and then I didn't end up listening to an audiobook the rest of the drive. I just listened to music and then I don't know, I just never finished it for some unknown reason until now. You'll be happy to know, if you're a Daisy Jones and the Six fan, that I did give it 5 stars and loved it. Unfortunately, while I was reading this, I was on reading sprints on Jan's channel, which were kind of a disaster because Kian was not having it. But he actually ripped one of the front pages. So yeah, one of the pages you can't see. I kind of want to insert the footage of it. I'm so glad I got it on camera. Exactly, yeah. Was it funny? Oh my god, it was so funny. But anyway, that's the first book. I might have to come back later for this video. Okay, moving on. The next book I actually have 2 copies of, which is hilarious. And I still haven't finished it. But that is actually The Secret History by Donna Tartt, another super popular book. I know. A lot of these I actually still have the bookmark in, so I can tell you I made it 70 pages into this one. And I was reading it for the late night book club. This was one of their picks. But the font in this edition is like really small and I was getting a headache. It turns out actually my prescription was really wrong. I have new glasses now, but yeah, I stopped reading it. Now his toys are going off in the background. Cool. But then I actually found for $1 a different edition of this, and the font in this one is like, I mean you can't see, but it's a lot better. So I think I'm going to read this edition and get rid of this one. And I have plans to read this very soon, so hopefully I get to it. Okay, next up, another one that I started reading for no, it was a read along, not a book club. The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Again, another popular book. It was Books and Lala that was doing like a read along for the whole series like 3 years ago, I don't really know. And I was like, perfect time to read it. I actually own the first 3 books, but I started listening to it on audio while I was driving to work and I didn't like the audiobook. So I don't know where I'm up to in this because it was on audio, but I just stopped reading it and I have not picked it up since. But I would like to finish this series. I own the first 3 books like I said. So next up, I actually made it a really far way into this one. So that is When the Sky Fell on Splendor by Emily Henry. This book I actually had a sour taste in my mouth about because I actually pre-ordered it. I think it was the group book for one of the Buzzwordathons one year. So I pre-ordered it and it didn't come for like 2 months after the release date, and it was like I just had this sour taste in my mouth about this book because it was just annoying that I went to pre-order it and it didn't come for like 2 months, so obviously I didn't get to read it for the readathon. And then when I eventually did get around to reading it, I believe I was pregnant. And this is like a sci-fi book and I'm not a huge fan of sci-fi, so I think, I don't know, I just got busy and put it down and never picked it back up again. And I made it 244 pages into this book and it's only 330 pages. So like I had less than 100 pages left and now I don't remember what happened, so I probably have to restart it. I don't know. Okay, next. Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. I was reading this for a readathon, I think it was Owls. Oh my god, I was holding that. But I made it 130 pages into this one, and yeah, I think I was pregnant again when I was reading this and I just put it down and got busy and didn't pick it back up. While we're talking about Libba Bray, The other book that I don't have a physical copy for is King of Crows, which is the 4th book in the Diviners series. Also, I realized I'm not telling you what any of these books are about, but I was listening to it on audio and I just stopped listening to it and yeah, haven't continued. But I've heard not great reviews for it, so I don't know if I want to finish it off, but I own the audiobook, so I don't know. Next up is another super popular book, Vicious by V. Schwab, which is a super popular author as well. This book is also on my list of books that have been on my TBR the longest. I think I have a video that I will link somewhere of that if you're interested. I haven't physically owned it the longest, but I remember writing a list of books that I wanted to read and this was on it, and I didn't like the other cover. And then when this one came out, I bought this one, and I have had it on TBRs for readathons like multiple times, and I'm like 30 pages in and I don't know why. I just don't know why. But I'm going to read this year. I am going to. Next up, this is like a really quick fast read because it's middle grade, so I don't know why I didn't finish it. But that is The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell. This book is stunning under the dust jacket as well. It is really cute and I'm like halfway into it and I stopped. I believe this one I started reading not long after Kian was born, so I was very busy with mum life, and this was the group book for, was it the A Touch of Whimsy book club? I'm gonna have to go back and check. It was for a book club or a readathon or something, and yes, it was like Kian was like a month or 2 old and I just got busy and I didn't finish it, but I will be finishing this. Like I'm halfway through and it's a middle grade and it was really cute. I love middle grade. This one I don't have a super good reason for. A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Morrow. The 2nd book I believe just came out and I was 44 pages into this one and I stopped for whatever reason. I believe this was one of Books with Chloe's Patreon buddy reads, and again I was reading this not long after Kian was born and I believe life just stopped me. As you can see, having a baby, you don't always get to do what you want. So finishing this book just didn't happen, but it's super short and I was loving what I had read so far. But I would love to get to this so I can read the 2nd book in the series. This next one is maybe the only one. This next one is, you just don't want me to talk. This one is maybe the only one that I'm not going to finish. Oh, thank you. I haven't decided, but it's Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. This is the 2nd book to Carry On. This one follows on from the book Carry On, and honestly it didn't get great reviews. It's not super long either. I don't even know where I was up to because I took the bookmark out. That's how much I don't really want to finish this one. Yeah, so I don't know if I will go back and finish this one. I will have to start it from the start, so let me know if you've read this, if you think I should bother finishing it or not. And on to my last one, which is hard to kind of tell you how far I got in, but this one is His Hideous Heart by Dahlia Adler, or edited by Dahlia Adler, because this is an anthology with a bunch of authors. A really cool concept as well, because we have retellings of Edgar Allan Poe's work, and then at the back we have the original work. So I've got 2 bookmarks because I was reading the retelling and then I was flipping and reading the original back and forth. I was also really loving this, but I don't know, I just set it down and then I've just not picked it back up. That's pretty much what has happened in all of these books. But that's why I'm making this video. I'm holding myself accountable that maybe in like a year's time I want to go back and watch this video and hopefully I will have read, I'm not going to say all of them because that might not happen. Let's go with 75% of this list. 75% of this list I want read, so feel free to remind me on all of my social media platforms that I need to read these books, and comment down below if you've read these, which one you think I should prioritize. But yes, I'm glad that I have 1 book down from when I originally made this list because I have finished Daisy Jones and the Six, and I'm also working on something that I'm not going to say, but something to do with this book that I'm very excited about. So you don't want me to finish doing this, do you? We're gonna say goodbye now because you don't want me to do this, do you? Did you just want to be in it, baby? What do you want to say? Still can't believe you ripped out a page of this. I'm so sad. Yes, exactly. I was thinking that too. What's your favourite book to read? Right, we are going to go. Oh, okay. But thank you for watching. If you've watched this video this far, don't touch that. I appreciate you being here, and thank you if you are someone who has recently subscribed or if you've been here for a while. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video.